Right, so we're going to make some chocolate chip cookies today. These are great, real family favourite in our household. First thing we need to do, put the oven on. So mine's a fan oven, so it's on 160. If you're using a conventional oven, you want to have it on about 180. So the first thing I'm going to weigh out is the 350 grams of self-raising flour. I'm going to have this in a separate bowl because we don't add this straight into the mix, this comes later on, and we want to be able to sieve it before we put it into our mixture. So we'll put that to one side. Next, we're going to do the butter. Now the butter wants to be soft. So it's 225 grams of butter. If you're taking your butter straight out of the fridge, I slice mine and then I put it into the bowl and then I'll put it in the microwave, and you just want it soft, you don't want to melt it because it gets too greasy if you melt it. And I'll just give it 10 seconds on high and I'll let it stand for 30 seconds and then I'll put it back on 10 seconds on high. But this I left out this morning so it's nice and soft. Alright, so to this we're going to add 170 grams of condensed milk. I've already taken it off so it makes it easier, so I'm going to reset my scales. So we want 170 grams and we're just going to pour that straight in. And I'll watch it as we pour. So I'm not going too fast because it's quite heavy, so we don't want it to go over the amount we need in the recipe. Down, 170. Wow, I do like condensed milk. So that's off the scale, and then we want, at least 100 grams of chocolate chip cookies. Oops, I've gone over. That's no big deal. Now I'm using dark chocolate chip cookies. You can use milk chocolate. Let's turn that off. You can use milk chocolate, dark chocolate. I was asked, can you put dried fruit in instead? I'm sure you can put dried fruit in instead and try those. So alright, let's combine everything together. So now we've got in here, we've got our butter and our condensed milk. So what we need to do, we need to get a hand blender and we're going to mix those together. We want to cream them together. Turn the power on, always helps. See, if your butter wasn't soft, it'd be really difficult. So if you take it out to the fridge in the morning, if you're going to bake them in the afternoon, right, into this I'm now going to add the caster sugar. So I've got my 225 grams of caster sugar and I'll add that into the mix as well. Making sure it's all nicely mixed in. So now we want to add our flour. And so I'm going to use the sieve so we make sure we've got no lumps. Now we're going to fold that into the mixture. So we're now going to fold the flour into the mixture. You'll think it's not coming together, and then suddenly it is. It's all done. So the next bit, once this is finally combined, will be to add the chocolate chips. Now that's it. That's come together nicely. There's no flour left. So now we'll get our 100 grams or so of chocolate chips. Let's put a few in, mix it round, add a few more, so you're not ending up with one clump in the middle. Alright, so that has come together really nicely. So now we want to get our baking trays. I don't mind the 2 baking trays I use because I've used them many times and I know that my cookies don't stick to them. But you want to put a sheet of baking parchment onto your baking trays. So I'll take some more and just keep going. I'll have 3 on the top low. It's got plenty of chips in it. It's always nice, these. Always a good treat. A little bit more space. You'd be surprised at how much they do spread. This dough, if you don't want to cook it all in one go, you can keep it in the fridge for a couple of days. It's not a problem, but you tend to end up baking it all more or less straight away because everybody then wants them. Right, then we want to put these in the oven for between 12 and 15 minutes. I've got another tray here, so I'll put both trays in at the same time. So I'm going to fill this one up and then they can go in the oven together. So exactly the same process. And like I say, I know these baking trays. I've used them many times. So I don't bother with baking parchment, but if you've got it, use it if you're not sure. The last thing you want is your cookies stuck and you can't eat them. That'd be a disaster. A bit big. Do that again. You get the feeling of how big they are when you're rolling them up on your hands. Right, as I say, they're going in the oven. It's on 160 degrees Fahrenheit. I've got a fan oven and they want to be in there for 12 to 15 minutes. I will stick my timer on for 12 minutes so I can then have a look at them. Right, there's the beeper on the oven. I gave them 1 extra minute and I think they're looking fantastic now, so we'll take those out. Wow, that's hot. They smell fantastic. Now, you just need to wait just a minute before you take them off, and you need a slice to take them off with, because they will fall to bits if you take them and scoop them now. So let's just wait. This is the hardest part. They smell divine. Let's see. Yep. There we go. One off. Two. And they are light in colour, that's right. They don't want to be a really dark colour. So that's the first batch off. I have got some more dough. Oh, it's not dough, is it? I've got some more mix. So I will put another batch of these in the oven. So my oven has a real hot spot in the back right corner, back left corner. That one's looking a bit burnt. There we go. So we now need to leave those to cool. This is the hardest part, leaving them to cool. Bring it around there. So there you have it, chocolate chip cookies. They're really nice. This is the best bit. We get to try them. Robin, what do you think of them? Oh. There you go, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
How does that taste?
Crispy around the edge and nice and soggy in the middle.
Soggy them, nice and chewy. Yeah, really good. You'll enjoy them. I know you will. I really love them. So go and try them and enjoy them. Thank you very much.